Acts 8 in 5 minutes or less. So my one-sentence summary is that in Acts 8, it's about believers being persecuted. It introduces Saul as the person persecuting, and Philip then goes to Samaria, preaching to Simon and then to another town to the eunuch, leading them both to believe and be filled with the Holy Spirit. The key verse from this, for me, is from Acts 8:29. The Holy Spirit said to Philip, "Go over and walk along beside the carriage." And the lesson from the bulk of this chapter is the power of the Holy Spirit. It is so great that originally a heathen sorcerer, Simon, sees it enacted by the apostles and desires it, so much so that he wants to buy it. And of course, he ends up being rebuked. But it is also what fills Philip with the power to preach. And in fact, there's that one sentence here, which I pulled out, was the Holy Spirit actually said to Philip, "Go over and walk along beside the carriage," which is the carriage of the eunuch. And that eunuch happens to be reading the book of Isaiah at that time and is puzzled by the verse and invites Philip to come and explain it to him. And the verse is basically prophesying the coming of Jesus, and he explains the good news. And then it says, and then the Spirit whisks, Philip away. But the key moment here is it's the Holy Spirit which actually gives Philip the power to speak in such a way that people change and are converted, as in the case of Simon and in the case of the eunuch. But just as importantly, aware of that opportunity to go and be in a certain location and to be prepared to speak about a certain truth. And I believe that that is something that can be developed and is often utilized for many. I would say, at least for myself, that the Holy Spirit should be something that is directing us in what to say and where to go and whom to speak to, and filling us with the power to do that. And that's a very different life from what most of us leave, which is a plan completely determined either by ourselves or by the whim of random events in the world. And so my actionable lesson from this is, how can I or you today listen to the Holy Spirit, which of course comes from being close to God through the Word, and determine and answer the question, where should I go today? Whom should I speak to today? What should I work on today? And that's it for today. 3 minutes and almost 30 seconds.